Today, I would like to have a conversation about the apparent lack of content in Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, I'm not a Monster Hunter content creator. I just love playing the game. It's one of my favorite things to do of all time. It's a great way to pass the time. And I discovered that I put a crazy amount of hours into the game. I put over 90 hours into the game. I have fought the Arkveld hundreds of times. I've fought the Gormagala hundreds of times. Not necessarily hundreds, but it's been a while. It feels like hundreds. Because when you get to closer to the end of the game, those were the two creatures you could fight. Gormagala and Arkveld. The reason being is because you're trying to get the Artean weapons. And I feel like a lot of people are rushing through to the end of the game, and that's a big issue. Back in the day, we didn't have a lot of information about Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, which I am playing. I'm doing a playthrough on Monday through Friday. It's a playthrough I'm doing. You want to catch me? I stream it a lot. I'm doing a playthrough of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and there's a lot of content in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite because that's a complete game. It has all the master rank content and everything of that variety. It's all in the game. It's fun to do that because it's fun to go back and see what we had lacking. I played Freedom 2, and Freedom 2, while it did have a lot of content, there was not ways to an end game with the Freedom 2 content. Same with Monster Hunter Freedom. It had G rank, but there was no real end game loop. So the end game loop came to effect with things such as the level up quest. There was investigations when it came to Monster Hunter Rise, and with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate there was ways of farming at the end of the game. And then in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate they had these quests where you could get special weapons that had a level up system. You will see that if you watch me on stream, but we're not talking about me stream, we're talking about the actual in-game loop of Monster Hunter Wilds. What is the in-game loop? So not everybody has done what I've done. I have a bunch of storehold of a bunch of investigations because you can only fight Tempered Arkveld, Tempered Gormagala, Tempered Arkveld. I have a lot of easier time with Tempered Arkveld, so that's what I do. But what you're really looking for isn't Tempered Arkveld. You're looking for these double quests because those Ardian things right there, that's how you get a lot of them. People say the game lacks content because they rush to this, they get there, and then they get the weapons they want. I think the game has a crazy amount of content, and this is coming from somebody who has, and I'll show you what I have because this is very important to why I'm saying this. I have every Ardian weapon. I have made every single Ardian weapon, and I've made sets for most of them. You think I don't have every Ardian weapon? I have every single element of the skyscraper. I have every single element of the great sword. I have every single element of the dual blades. I have every single element of the long swords. And just to prove my point, I'm going to show them all because I know somebody's going to say in the comments, oh, you don't have all of them. I do have all of them. I have every single one of them. The hunting horns and the gun lances. I already showed the lances. I have the switch axes, and I have the charge blades, and I have the insect glaives. I have all of them besides the guns. I don't use the Ardian guns. Suck to me. I don't appreciate them. I just don't like them at all. And I have the bows. And even if I don't have all of them, you can see here, I'm going to show you what I do have to show you what I've been doing. I have been playing this game as if I have nothing better to do. I'm very jobless with this game. And a lot of people have jobs, careers, families, things of that to do in that nature. They have things they would much rather be doing than playing the video game. I, however, enjoy this game a lot. I really do. And even when I'm not with my lover or anything in that variety, I'm still spending time just getting Ardian stuff. Getting stuff like this, Crush Tubes, all this stuff. I have a crazy amount of material, a lot of poison stuff. I just love playing the game deeply. And I can go through and get a lot of it. I can just sell my stuff and get things. Because the game has a very easy method of me playing it. It feels refreshing to farm it. So now they've added 2 extra creatures that you can kind of hunt in the end game. Now, I don't understand why you'd hunt Mizune. I really don't. I'm not really grasping it. The Mizune quest isn't anything special. It's not that hard of a quest either. It's not really that hard of a quest. I have a Mizune investigation right here. People would hunt the tempered version, but it doesn't grant you that much. There's no real granting of what you want to do. What you get from the tempered Mizune quest, if you look at the SOS flare and you check here, you don't get that much. Because what you're getting is the same kind of deal there. It's not even rewarding to fight this thing because it doesn't feel as gratifying. It doesn't. People are trying to fight the creatures for the equipment and the armor, and it's not really that crazy. It's not. And it's hard to get into these quests because they're always full of people just trying to rush to get the quests. There's a bunch of people trying to jump in and get on these quests. They're hard to get into. See, even if it was just one person 1 minute ago, people are jumping into these quests. So you actually got to find the investigations to get them, which I have done. And the other creature is the Joshia. Joshia is a creature that people are having a lot of issues with. I'm going to fight it on stream. Sorry, I'm not even on stream. I'm going to fight it in this video. But while I'm fighting it, I'm going to talk. Because the Quickness. Back in the day, we didn't have guides or anything of that variety. We didn't have anything special to actually talk about the game. We didn't have anybody to know how to play the game. We just had the word of mouth and the ability of what we had in the game of how to play. That's what we had. We had people guessing, essentially, how to play the game. That's what we had to work with. And because people were guessing about what to do and how to play the game, we didn't know exactly what the best way to farm was, what the best way to do things were. We were really just guessing. We didn't even have dedicated maps. We had community built everything. Everything was community built in order for us to get things along and get things correct and have things going on that way. And that was beautiful. It took a long, extended effort to get to the point where we all have an extended method of information. And I think the era of people having this infinite access to information and this ability to see whatever they want to has caused irreparable damage to the way we go about playing video games. There's no secrets anymore. There's no hidden lore. There's no hidden anything. It's just enjoying the game and enjoying it through other people's eyes. We don't even play a game without seeing a review first, and that feels detrimental to everything. It's as if we're losing some small part of how we enjoy content and video games in this aspect, and it feels bad. I'm not really having a good time with how the way that the new common landscape of video games is going. It feels wrong to consume media and video games in this method, to have it be commodified to this way. I know every YouTuber is trying to get the best method out there of how to do things and explain every single method of the game. Like, I'd be the first YouTuber to do it. Small YouTube channels are having the dream of becoming a big YouTuber and things of that variety. But I feel like that defeats a little bit of the authenticity of what these games are and what they represent. Monster Hunter was a game about you discovering the best method to hunt, you discovering how to figure it out. In the old Monster Hunter games, the village chief would tell you how to do things, and then you discover in your own method the best way to hunt, the best way to track a monster down, what methodos, what armor. Everybody had different armor in their first starting sets. Right now, I'm going for Yangaruga armor. Yangaruga armor is really good. I'm having a fun time trying to get the Yangaruga armor, one of my favorite armor sets in the game. I had a big issue fighting the Kut-Ku and things of that variety, and that was so fun for me. It was so fun for me to go through and have a great time just fighting those creatures, because they were a big part of how I played the game. And that fought me to fight the Rathalos, the first big creature every hunter has to fight when they're younger. It's the Rathalos. This is the mark of a hunter, the proof of who you are, the proof of how you fight these creatures is the Rathalos, the big creature. And then you might get the Rathian armor. You might do some guild quests with some friends, but it's a journey by yourself at first, the hard journey to be ready for online. And I feel like we're missing a core aspect of the journey of being online. I want people to have the methodos, the power of figuring out what it's like to go through the game, hunt the creatures, but that's gone because it's a community game. It's a big game for the community. It's a big game for everybody to join along and have a good time and play with each other. And I don't want to destroy the community aspect of the game, but I'm discovering that people are complaining that there's nothing here when there's so much. There is a lot here. And also, lo and behold, this is the first start of the game. When Monster Hunter World first came out, there was basically no content. There was a whole big nothing burger going on. There was no in-game loop. There was basically nothing until later they added the Kuve Terra. They added all these other big boy hunts. They added all these raids. They added Safi Jiva. They added so much Alatrion. They added the aspect of the Fatalis, all these other creatures. And now, even now, when I'm getting hit and stuff like that, this isn't really a big of a threat for me, more so than anything. It's not really a big threat of me to get hit or anything of that nature. It doesn't feel like I'm struggling in this battle. I'm just enjoying learning a new creature. I haven't had the chance to fight this creature a lot of times, because whenever I joined the quest, people would just immediately just lose. It would get really agitating, because there's a move coming up really soon here that people don't know how to get past, and understandably so. It's a move that is kind of like an ender. It's very interesting to get past of it. And I can understand why people probably couldn't get past it at first, but it's just an area of effect move. And even so, if you don't get past the move in the first instance, there's ways to get past it without following the methodos. I'm going to show you at least one method that can help you out if you don't want to do my original method. So my original method that I like to tell people to do is just to open up the map and go back, or use a Farcaster. But you don't need to use a Farcaster. You can just open up the map and go back. You can just do that. Most people don't know that you can just open up the map anytime you want in a quest. For instance, right now, I can just open up my map. I can go back to base camp. I just gotta click it, boom, and it fast travels immediately. It doesn't matter if I'm in a quest or not. It doesn't matter anything like that. As you saw, I didn't have that many stock provisions. That probably was panicking a lot of people. I used my makeshift thing. I transferred some items. I'll reload everything, and it's all back. There's no reason for me to be low on anything at all ever in this game, because the game deeply babies you in every aspect. Use the mechanics that are in the game. Use them, abuse them, destroy them. If it makes you have fun with the game, if it makes you feel good, if you want to impose a challenge upon yourself, you can probably not do that. But I'm not going to do that for myself. I'm not going to do that. That's not how I operate. I decided to do that because I just want to play the game and have a less stressful time with it. I'm not trying to stress while playing a video game. That's not how I play video games. That's just not what I am. So naturally, boom, I'm back in the game. And as you can see, he's getting all fired up. He's getting all ready. And he's getting ready to do his move, I believe, now. Nope, he's just getting big-headed. And that's a big move. Does a lot of damage. I've seen a lot of people get carded just to that. But what happens here is this creature somehow just shuts off the brain of a common person. The common hunter's brain gets shut off immediately. And it's really funny to witness, to watch their brain just get shut off immediately. Because it's not that hard of a creature. Yeah, I'm getting hit a lot, and I'm not weaving correctly. But it's not that hard of a creature. It's really not. It's not an incredibly difficult fight. It's not anything crazy. If you learn his techniques, it's easy to get down. It's a very valid fight. This with the Mizuzune is a fun thing to get used to and get ready for bigger content, because we are getting the Arc-Tempered Raidou, and that's going to be coming here soon. So this game doesn't lack content. The content is there. There's a crazy amount of content. There's stuff in the guild hall. There's bowling. There's fashion hunting. There's size hunting at the end of the game. There's getting the Ardian weapons, which takes a while. If you don't play like a psychopath like me, you don't have to play like a genuine psychopath. I played like a psychopath. I enjoyed the game to a degree that made me feel like a psychopath, so that's what I did. You don't have to do what I did in any capacity. You can play in a less destructive method to your mental health and just take your time with every aspect of the game. Taking your time with the game is very important. It's a game that's not supposed to be rushed, and I feel like everybody wants to get to the end, be the best in the world, be the best. I want to prove to my friends I'm stronger than them. And that's not really Monster Hunter. It's enjoying and learning the experience of the game. And while I am just rushing through in the game, it seems so. I'm just naturally just gomping through and doing that. You don't have to do this experience with the game. Naturally, I'm hunting this thing solo by virtue of I don't want people to join the quest and ruin it for me. I just don't want that. I may do a flare after I get past the big move, because I don't trust people coming in. Or I may limit it to just 2 people. I'm not a fan of having people in this quest anymore. Finding this investigation is naturally hard enough, and I say this in another video where I feel like they should probably increase the rate of dropping of the quest, or at least increase the rate at which the quest appears. A lot of people are telling me you go to Wyveria and trains the inclemency and do all this other stuff. That didn't work for me. That didn't work. I don't know the method you used or whatever you have or whatever you were cooking in. It didn't work for me. I didn't enjoy what it worked. It didn't work. So this is just a regular quest. I'm just having a fun time, just fighting the creature, just minding my business. And it's fun. I'm having a great time. I'm trying out the bowgun that I've been meaning to try out for quite some time. I was immediately drawn to this because of the pierce potential within the bowgun. I see this is one of the few bowguns, or at least maybe the only one, that has this high level of pierce. And pierce is so good in this game. I love it so much. It feels so good to hit the creature multiple times. It just feels powerful, even if it's not. I'm not sure if this is a efficient way to play the game. I don't know. I'm just having a good time. I'm getting materials and I'm just taking my time with this. I'm not trying to rush it through. I'm just trying to hit it as much as I want to. Oh, and it looks angry. We'd love to see it. And I believe it's about to do some crazy nonsense. Nope. This is just a fun quest. And I'm happy they added something like this. This is basically the first big raid. I'm not sure if they're going to add Elder Dragons. It doesn't look like they're leaning towards Elder Dragons. It feels as though these constructs are going to be the new big thing. As Monster Hunter World had a crazy amount of Elder Dragons. It had Nergigante, it had the Shurish Balda, it had Safi'jiiva, which was a baby Elder Dragon, same as Gormagala. I guess you can consider Gormagala as an Elder Dragon, but that's not really an Elder Dragon because you can capture it, and naturally you shouldn't be able to capture Elder Dragons in the game. I'm not sure if Nergigante was considered an Elder Dragon. I don't believe so. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you could capture it, but I don't remember. I don't remember Ruiner Gigante had really good weapons. I do recall that. That's the most I recall. I'm getting hit a lot, and the reason I'm getting hit a lot and showing why I'm getting hit a lot is a big reason behind this. Is to show you that if you're getting hit, don't feel ashamed to just, you know, do this. You can just do this anytime you want to. You can just do that. And some people may say, "Oh, it's a baby way to play the game. That's childish." But it's better than carding. It's better than losing. If you're having an issue with the fight, take your time. You can just take your time. You have how much time do you have in this quest? I'm pretty sure you have a lot of time. You have a lot. You have enough time to beat it, right? Yeah, you got like 50 minutes, dude. There's no reason to rush anything in this game. You don't have to go crazy sicko mode and be the best speed runner. You don't have to be Team Darkseid or anything of that nature. You can just be yourself. You can just be who you are in the game. You can just enjoy it. You can just mind your business and just boom, just come up and do that. You can get back on your sacred. You can switch weapons as much as you want to. You can go right to your lance and go crazy. Watch this. You can just go to your lance. Boom. See? Go to your lance. See? You can just switch it over. You can strike them around. Get some things on them. Boom. Hit them with that. Boom. Look at that. See that? You can just take your time. Mind your business. Nobody's here. It's just you. It's just you right now. And you can play with your friends and you can just take your time and you can goof around. Bowl. You can bowl. You can bowl now. Boom. You see that? Look at that. Won't destroy it. Take him out. We're going crazy with the lance now. Look at that. Look at that damage. Oh, we're having a good time, aren't we? Aren't we having fun? We're doing crazy damage on him now. Look at that. Aren't we just having a good time playing the game and just not worrying about anything? Look at that. Look at that guard. I'm a lance main, by the way. I don't use anything else besides lance for the most part. That's kind of my main spiel is lance. I'm a huge lance guy. As you can see, he's doing this technique and he's knocking me away, right? And he's going to hit me with some nonsense, right? Now, if you just go all the way back here, I notice how I didn't do anything. If you go all the way back here, right? If you go all the way back here, just all the way back, you may not know this. The fire does not hit you if you're all the way back here. It just doesn't hit you. I don't know how you guys are dying today. It just doesn't hit. If you're back, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Nothing. I didn't do anything different. I didn't do anything crazy. You don't lose that. It's nuts. But anyways, back to the content issue about the game. There's no greater flaw to me than people wanting more. I know we're gonna get so much. Monster Hunter Iceborne, I believe, came out in 2019. It was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something of that nature. It came out a while ago. And over the course of Iceborne's life, it felt like we had nothing when the game first came out. And then we got the tempered versions, the arc tempered, the greater versions of the creatures. We got so much. So much was added to the game. So many extra things, so much extra content was pushed and primmed inside the game. And that was so fun. Taking time, because it kept the game alive. It kept people actually playing the game. And it made people wait. And at first, I was really against the waiting of content. I was really against it. I said, we should probably have a full game immediately. That was my first thought process, right? I said to myself, if we just had the whole game immediately, people wouldn't complain about the lack of content. But then I realized something. Even if the whole game came out immediately, people would rush to the end, figure out exploits, do all this stuff. I think this time in between to learn the game and discover the method gives developers time for them to keep up with the overpour of the community, all the exploits we could possibly discover, because we discovered so much, so many exploits, so much time was spent discovering little knickknacks within the game. I remember when everybody was doing the Ardian spam cheese thing and everybody was trying to discover how to get the Ardian's weapons the fastest way and doing some wild moonflower and doing stuff they weren't supposed to. And it defeated the purpose of actually taking your time with the game and actually taking your time to actually get the Ardian weapons and craft them and be slow with it. And now we have a bunch of people that use the method, got it, they have all these weapons that are super strong, and now they're just, you know, don't have anything to do because they've exploited the game, and they're complaining that they exploited the game, saying, oh, I'm at the end of the game and I don't have anything to do. Yeah, you don't have anything to do. You exploited the game. You cheesed the game. You actively made the game unfun for yourself. You defeated the purpose of what made the game fun. You don't play with your friends. You don't enjoy what makes the game creative, fun, cool, what makes it universally loved and praised. You decided to do this weird method where you yourself decided to play it in a different method than other people. And that's fine. I'm not knocking you for doing that. I'm really not. You can play the game however you want to play it. It's your game. I don't want to knock you for playing the game. It's how you want to do it. However, when you complain that there's nothing in the game, when you complain about it, you actively are defeating the bigger purpose of what the game represents. You're supposed to take your time with the game and observe and feel like you're a part of it. You can't complain about a problem you caused. This is a problem of your own volition. You caused your own problem, and you're complaining about something you created. That feels counterintuitive. It feels wrong. It feels like you're not giving the devs enough credit for what they've done. At least in most capacities, it feels disrespectful to the Capcom development team that spent so much time making this game beautiful for everyone, not just the hardcore fans. They tried to make this game beautiful for everybody. And I'm really happy to see the work and dedication and time and patience that was put into these smaller parts of the game. The beauty of the... Oh, I'm about to get milked. And I died there. That's on me. I deserve that. I deserve that for trying to do it at the wrong time. And that's beautiful. See that mess up? That's nice. I like that. That's good. That's a little bit of difficulty, and I enjoy that. That's me messing up on my own laurels. That's me not understanding I shouldn't have done that. And that's a lesson I just learned. I learned it by myself on my own investigation. So I'm the only person to blame. I can't blame randoms. I can't blame anybody like that. And it feels good. It feels really good to be able to blame myself on a mistake. It feels nice because I can only be mad at myself for that. And I have my Palico to back me up on that, and it's good. And now I'm going to hit him with this thing on the thing. I'm going to hit him with this big thing. Come on over here, buddy. Come on over here. I love you. I love you. You're a good man. Oh, you're a good father. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I love you. Come on over here. Come on now. Come on now. What are you doing? Oh, come on. Rush back over here. You're the best to ever do it. You're the best. You're Kanye West. You're the best on the planet. You're Kanye West. I love you. Is he going crazy? Ooh, that's a big distance. Woo! That's invincible if you didn't know. Come on down. Come on downtown. He's going to keep using range attacks, isn't he? He hates me. He doesn't believe in me. He doesn't like anything I've done. He doesn't support the franchise. He's never seen Toy Story. Oh, he has seen Toy Story. Oh, does he know about Buzz Lightyear? Ain't no way you know about Zurg. Come on over here. You know about Zurg? You don't know about Zurg. Look at him. You don't know about Zurg. He doesn't want to come over here. He knows what's about to happen. He followed the friend. He's seen Toy Story. Come on. Oh. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Just come under this pillar. Now, if I was better at timing and better at the game, which I'm not, I would naturally go crazy on him. This is such a fun little quest, though. I enjoy every second of this. I've enjoyed learning. I've enjoyed being a part of this. And this is just an experience. As the community grows, we're going to get more nonsense like this. We're going to get more beauteous, nonsensical things. We're going to get more people complaining. And I love the complainers. I love every second of people complaining about the game and people being mad at the game and people engaging in conversation because the game is alive. The game is alive and well when people are complaining. That feels good. It feels good when people complain. And I know that you probably are sick of people saying the game is easy and all this stuff and with an influx of new players and all this stuff. And that's good. That means new people are playing the game. I mean, people are a part of it. People are enjoying the game. People want to play the game. People want to learn. I see a lot of guides on how to get things done in the game and how to do things. And this is probably a bad shrine drop. It wasn't. We love to see it. And seeing stuff like that. And I love seeing people saying, I didn't know that. I learned something. And it feels like we're all learning together. If we can all learn together, that'd be great. But I'll never complain truly about the smaller parts of this game because I know that this game will get bigger and better, and I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the bigger and better. I would love to see where this game is at later, where the game is at the end of its life cycle, when everything's done, when everything's complete, when we have everything. Will people complain the same way they're complaining now? Will there be new complaints now? I know when World first came out, people were complaining so deeply about so many different things, but those complaints are near non-existent because the finished product is so beautiful, because the devs had time to listen to the community, learn with the community, be a part of the community, figure out what they liked and didn't like, figure out what worked and didn't work, and figure out every single piece of it. That's what the beautiful part of at least the time frame, the time stopping of what we can discover within the community, within ourselves. And it feels good to have people that, complain to the devs and yell at them and say, hey, this is broken, this is busted, we discovered something crazy, we take this out, do this. And as long as the community is alive and active, that is what I look for when I play one of these games or a game such as this nature. I don't look for big debunking saying, oh, this community is bad, because this is probably the best community I've ever been a part of. And I used to play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I don't know if you guys remember Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That game died out fast because people kept exploiting and cheesing and doing all this stuff. And I contributed to it deeply. I did. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say I didn't contribute to it. I was a huge contributor in the game of people just exploiting and doing stupid stuff because the game felt busted and broken. It didn't feel like a good game. It didn't feel complete. It felt like they half rushed the game out and didn't actually test everything out. So I showed people what was broken and messed up, and people told me, they said, oh, the game's going to live forever, this is Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z fans love this game. And now it has a dedicated community of people that complain, but it's not complaining with resolution, it's complaining and the devs aren't listening. They're complaining there's not enough characters, it's complaining like this and that. They're complaining about a couch co-op game, and that's the worst part of everything. And I don't mean to drag the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero community through the dirt, but the Monster Hunter community feels like something can actually get fixed, something could change within it, something could actually get done. If there is a big complaint, it gets fixed. They said we wanted a gathering hub, we got a gathering hub. I feel like they worked on that. I feel like they actually put some time and said, hey, you guys want a gathering hub? We'll give you a gathering hub, I gotcha. And so, we got a gathering hub. And lo and behold, people are very happy with the gathering hub. I'm happy with it. I'm happy to bowl. I'm happy to play arm wrestling. They brought back the things that they could have brought back. Even if they reuse assets, I really don't care. I just want to play the Gathering Cup. I just want to be a part of it. I want to play with my friends. I want to have fun. Because a huge part of this game is the community. Is the people actively being a part of the smaller parts of it. Is actually having a good time. Is me struggling against this creature right now because I don't understand. I messed up. Divine Blessing saved my life. Look at that. Now I'm struggling. Now I'm having a bad time. This is good. You know what I'm going to do now that I'm struggling? I can go back. And that's how you fight a creature in this game. That's difficult. You can just go back anytime you feel like, because it's easy to do so. See how easy it is? I can refill and go right back in the game. And nobody's going to judge me. No one's going to say, oh, you fight like a coward, because I don't know the creature. I really don't. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to act like I have some indistinct guide. I'm just doing this as background talk while I complain about Monster Hunter community and tell things. I want the devs to add so many extra things. I know they're talking about adding layered weapons and things of that variety, and we're going to get those eventually. And I'm super excited that the devs even said, yeah, the Ardian weapons, you're going to be able to customize them and do all these things with them, because they are very ugly. A big complaint right now is that everybody's using Ardian weapons and they all look the same. It doesn't create the fidelity of the hunter. I created Ronald McDonald in the game, and I'm very happy about that. A big part of self-expression in video games, why people buy cosmetics and do all this stuff, isn't to just get them for themselves. It's to show off who they are. It's to have the ability to customize. That's why adding all these other options, adding certain things in the game is so important. And I don't mean to get political here, but it's important to have even non-binary options, or options that allow you to choose different genders and things like that, because you want yourself to be a part of the game. You want to be a part of what the game is. That's very, very important. I'm just really happy that the devs are actually listening and doing things and saying, hey, guess what? We heard you, and you're right. We will fix it and we will do better. And they're not just neglecting us and rejecting the community that they've cultivated in the time span of this game being out. It's so beautiful, because you don't understand growing up and not having people to play this game with. Worst experience ever. In Japan, they didn't really have this big of an issue. This game was a commute game. You could play it while you're commuting. But by goodness, nobody was playing this. Nobody enjoyed it. I just had my dad to play with, and that's the reason I actually got into Monster Hunter, was my dad. I didn't have the option to play with random people. I had to buy my friend the video game on his PSP and play with him in the game. That's what I had to do. It was very difficult to get him to say, "Oh yeah, you want to play with me? I'll play with you." He didn't want to play with me at all, and it was really cute. He said, "Nah, not gonna play with you, man. This game looks garbage. It looks stupid." Now I have him actively saying, "Yeah, man, can you play with me?" And it feels so good. It feels so good to have him actively ask to play the game with me. It feels phenomenal. I've never thought I'd get that out of a Monster Hunter game. Out of a Monster Hunter game. You don't understand how niche this game was, but the fact that we can all just complain together and say, you know what, guys? Yeah, we got our niche little Monster Hunter game out of the whoop whoop. Yeah, but now we can complain. We can yell about it. We can tell people that, hey, this should be better. Yeah, I mean, like, it's no longer niche now, so you guys have the money to work on it, right? I know that Dragon's Dogma 2 is starving right now because of this game. Because Monster Hunter came out, there's a community called Dragon's Dogma 2. You probably don't know about Dragon's Dogma 2. It's a very successful Capcom game, but Capcom is spending no resources towards that game. They don't care about it at all. They've essentially made it a dead game, and it is so sad to witness because that's one of my favorite games. I love Dragon's Dogma, and it has no DLC, it has no dev support, it has basically nothing, absolutely nothing. If we're being real with you, if I'm being real with you, it has basically zero things going on for it, and it's one of the saddest things I've ever witnessed in my entire life, because that game deserves so much more love and dedication and spirit put into it, but that's not happening. It's never gonna happen. It's so sad. There are a lot of things that could be going on with the community. There are a lot of people that are saying horrifying things about what's going on. And I'm just happy that we have the game, because I know that as long as people keep playing it, we're going to get more stuff. And I know people want to keep playing it, but people give up on a game as soon as they run out of stuff to do, because every game is forced into this live service pinhole of a game. And I want people to complain more. I want people to express their discontent with what's going on. Because the more you talk about it, the more you speak about it, the more you speak its name into existence, the more you say, hey, we need this, we need that, the more the devs will say, alright, gotcha. And I'll put it in. And they'll continue to do it. And they will deliver. They will DiGiorno even. They will go crazy for us. And that's the beauty of it. I think I might have to close this fight out with the Lance. This is genuinely one of my first true solo experiences with this creature, and I'm having a wonderful time right now. This is exactly what I wanted for quite some time. I love it. It feels so good to have this because it feels fun. I can spend some time learning a new weapon. I'm not really good with solo light bowgun. I'm really not. I'm really good with just lance. I'm a huge lance person. As you can see, I'm doing dramatically better with the lance, and And I'm happy that we can switch weapons. A lot of people said switching weapons was pointless, but it's a great way to test things out against new creatures. And if you're struggling, well, guess what? You can just go ahead and switch your weapon out. A lot of people said the mount having the weapon is a little bit useless. I slightly agree, because you could just go switch it anytime you want to. You can just go back to base camp and switch anytime you feel like it. You can just do that. So don't tell Capcom we said that, though. They don't want to know about their faults. They don't want to know. They don't want to understand what they did incorrectly. It's just been a fun experience enjoying this game with you all. And if you ever want to play with me, I do play this game a lot, so I'm always down to play with other people all the time. I'm always down. I play on PlayStation, but this game is crossplay. I'm happy they added that. Jesus Christ, because Capcom was very apprehensive towards crossplay for a while. They were like, nope, you buy it on the system, you suck on the system. Your friends better buy the whole system. But thankfully people, because we complained a lot about things, we now get games that are more cross-play accessible, games that have a wider community, because they're understanding that they can't limit us and do these things. They're becoming Fortnite-ified, if I can put a phrase to it, because with Fortnite, oh my god, that game is cross-play as hell. That game has the greatest cross-play of all time. Just indefinitely, just deep. I call it the Fortnite-ification of all video games, where games are just becoming different variations of Fortnite. And it felt bad at first, because I didn't want to accept that everything was becoming Fortnite, essentially. But it is. Everything is kind of becoming Fortnite. And it's not a bad thing either. It's not a bad thing everything's becoming Fortnite. It's a good thing almost. It's almost a good thing because if everything becomes Fortnite, oh, guess what? Then we're gonna get crossovers all the time, and there's always a crossover with the game. Call of Duty became Fortnite. This game might even get some crazy crossovers. We might get Doja Cat and Monster Hunter. Who knows? I have no idea. This game's potential is near infinite. Who knows what we're gonna get in the future? I wish we could cut off this thing's tail. That'd be good. That'd be a fun little addition to have in the game. Cutting off his tail, that'd be fun. But I doubt we're gonna get that. Go ahead and block that. You can block everything with Lance, but you gotta have guard up. I gotta point this out because somebody was watching me and they said, "Are you cheating? How are you blocking that move? It's unblockable." And I said, "I have guard up." I don't really know how to describe it better than I have guard up, because you can just guard everything if you have guard up and guard. Guard up and guard are the two most efficient skills for a hunter, or at least for a Lance hunter, because if you have guard up and guard, you can have also offensive guard. Offensive guard is good. Offensive guard is really good for a Lance. If you want Lance tips, I'm not the guy for you. But if you want to find somebody and learn Lance, I recommend finding a much better YouTuber. I mean, probably somebody that actually dedicates their soul to this game, because I do not. I'm not a soul dedicator of the game. That's not how I operate. I like this last phase. It's been taking a while. I appreciate it. Oh, it's over. The instant I was enjoying the subtlety of what it was, it felt so great. That took me a long time to do, but I enjoyed every second of that fight. And I have 5 more investigations of that. That's the beautiful thing about that. What I would usually do is do a two version of this quest, where I bring one other person with me, probably somebody I can depend on. We get our palicos, and then we go crazy like that. I hope you've enjoyed this incredibly long yap session. And I also want to point something out at the end of the quest. If you made it this far, if you're a new person playing the game, please, if everybody's done carving, click end quest immediately. You don't have to have this whole big bang caboodle about it. You don't really got to do that. You can just end quest immediately. That'd be great. So yeah, a bunch of RDN stuff that I'm just going to get rid of later. But yeah, that's basically the end game loop. It's really fun. Learn the creature, have a fun time, and bye. Thank you guys for checking out my video. Have a great day.